The agency world is dying because of AI. You have every marketer out there talking about how they're going to teach you how to build workforces, armies using AI agents. Tell me why that's a bad idea.
Because they're not real operators. They're creatives.
When you replace problems with AI and autonomous agents that needed a system first, you're creating a web that's going to hit ceilings far faster. What you're building is 1,000 little doers that you're gonna need to prompt.
You just build yourself another 40-hour-a-week job.
Or more.
Don't do it.
Welcome to Follow the Yellow Brick Road, the show where online businesses learn how to turn clicks into customers and growth into real scale. I'm your co-host, Emma Rainville, the Wizard of Ops, helping companies transform chaos into systems that actually run.
And I'm Mitch Barham, the Wizard of Ads, the guy who knows how to turn paid traffic into predictable revenue. Together, we break down what really drives profitable online businesses, from traffic and funnels to operations, scaling, and everything behind the curtain. Because getting customers is only half the battle.
The real magic happens when ads and operations work together. So if you want smarter traffic, stronger systems, and a clear path to scaling your business, you're in the right place. Let's follow the yellow brick road. We've actually had this conversation a couple times, you and I. It's an interesting conversation, I think, to have. Mm-hmm. You and I teach AI agent creation, connection, management. Mm-hmm. We have a workshop, a boot camp, several things. We call it AI Workforce Lab, for those of you that don't know that. It's best on the market. And the reason it's the best on the market is because it's built by operators who understand managing teams across multiple departments, communication channels across multiple departments, that understand building projects, understand project management, understand workflows, SOPs, not just in one small department or on one small subject, but on a whole business infrastructure and at scale.
Right.
The agency world is dying because of AI.
It is?
We both know that. We both own agencies.
What?
We both seen it.
Yes.
In our own businesses. And it's true. Nobody wants to admit that. Everybody wants to talk about how great they're doing. But we know that it's true. Mm-hmm. And because of that, you have every marketer out there talking about how they're going to teach you how to build workforces, armies, whatever you want to call it, using autonomous agents, AI agents, whatever you want to say. Tell me why that's a bad idea.
Because they're not real operators. Marketing and marketers most likely never had to actually onboard tons of people at one time.
Or they did and created a complete mess.
Oh, absolutely.
That's why I get paid a lot of money.
Marketers traditionally
are the worst managers of people.
They're creatives where they're like, oh, I had this idea. I want to sell this. Great. Let's throw it up. Yay. Everything's hunky-dory. When it comes to operations and stitching things together, and like, you know, even in an agency, you have different departments. You have, like, traditionally you had your graphic design department, your copywriters, your, you know, landing page copy, like you didn't want one person to finding somebody that could do one thing was like a unit, like all of it in one was an absolute unicorn. But just stitching together communications and the entire process of how everything needs to go, you know, copy to graphics, to scripts, to videos, storyboarding out of video. Like, there was a whole process. Marketers in general, in my opinion, don't have that full-blown capability to think in those kinds of steps. It's just throw shit at the wall. Hey, that spaghetti stuck. Yay.
100%.
I like my spaghetti analogy.
I find that the best clients for me, because of my brain and how much I like to charge, are marketers who know how to sell a product, who know how to absolutely go out there and get customers acquired.
Oh, yeah.
And at a fast and pathetically high quantity. And I say pathetically high quantity because oftentimes they are not capable of profitability because of the web that they built. Additionally, they love to throw a person at every problem instead of a system.
Right.
I've gone into companies that had 15 million in revenue 23 employees that were all their local bartender, waitress, masseuse that this owner liked. Brought them all into a company, and I had to untangle it. We grew to 50 million the first year, 100 million the second year. In 24 months, we were at 100 million. And it took that long. I've talked to you about this company before. It took that long because of how much I had to untangle what was already there.
Which is funny to me that you say it took that long, because still that is some insane, amazing growth that you were managing. That scale, like 15 to 50 is huge. 50 to 100 is huge.
I think the hardest is once you hit 10, 15 to get to 25, because you're clawing at that point. It's actually not that hard. If you can get to 2, it's not that hard to get to 10 to 15, depending on the product.
Yeah.
And then once you get there, it's actually gets really hard.
Oh, for sure. But even going that trajectory, I guess my point was like to keep up with that trajectory and implement the systems
On the back side, you have merchant account issues, you have customer service issues, you have deliverability issues even on info products. Well, it's an info product, so we won't have a problem delivering, except you can only be watching VSLs. Only so many people can watch a VSL at the same time. People don't understand that. When you're getting 3,000 sales an hour on average 12 hours a day, and then 1,000 sales on average the other 12 hours. There are systems that you have to have in place so that your VSLs will run, because believe it or not, they don't just magically happen no matter how many people. What? Additionally, when you have a members area, you have to have the appropriate middleware, because if you have MemberMouse, Kajabi, GHL, doesn't matter what it is, if you don't have the proper middleware, when you start compounding people at that rate, and you have 100,000 users trying to get on at once, or 1 million users trying to get on at once, it breaks your members area. People don't understand these problems. Your merchant accounts, when you go from 2 million to 5 million a month, when you go from 5 million to 8 million the next month, your merchant accounts will start holding 30% of your money if you didn't scale that properly and let them know properly, and make sure that you are sending them bank statements and pre-warning them, not they find out about it. And what is your profit margin usually? At scale at that pace? Almost nothing, if anything at all.
Right.
Sometimes you're actually in the negative because you're running to increase on what you're bringing in. And it's okay to be upside down actually at those points, as long as you have a plan to recover. You have to watch attrition. You have to watch traffic source. You have to watch affiliates. You have to watch everything.
It's a lot.
And I don't want to get off topic, but when you are a marketer replacing systems with AI agents and you don't understand those systems, you're creating a web that's going to hit ceilings far faster than the human system does. And the manual human system hits ceilings way faster than agents do, but agents that are built wrong, that aren't connected quickly, create a second full-time job for you, if not a third.
So quickly.
And by the time you realize that you scaled bad AI and you're in trouble, you are probably going to be too far gone to come back, in all frankness and honesty. Depending on what you have for resources. If you've got 4 businesses and 3 are doing well and 1 starts tanking, you rob Peter to pay Paul and it'll be just fine. But for most business owners, that's not the case. And so they're sitting down with these marketers who have no idea how systems work. And they're like, look at the AI agent that I got to run emails for me. Look at the AI agent that I got to post for me on Facebook. Look at Perplexity Computer that's running my tasks on attrition and making sure that my retention rate is great. But they didn't actually understand retention rate at scale. They didn't actually understand how to retain customers and make sure that your merchant accounts stay healthy. They didn't understand how to watch the merchant accounts. They didn't understand those things. So again, it's like if you're replacing problems with people that should have been replaced with systems, when you replace problems with AI and autonomous agents that needed a system first and then needed that agent plugged into that system and actually multiple agents trained together, my God, I feel like I'm preaching. Let's go to church.
Go to operations church.
Hell yeah.
Preach, woman.
Gospel.
No, you're spot on. Like you 100%. Like, oh yeah, you did something that can complete a task that still has to be prompted to do it, yay, it unravels very quickly, muddies the water, and then the hours and days and weeks it takes to fix that. And marketers are the worst of that, because just like humans, we need steps. How to do things. What does the output look like? What does complete look like? What is done? What's the SOP? I don't think many marketers have actual SOPs. That's like a swear word in the marketing industry.
Well, here's the thing: is a lot of marketers actually that I've met recently do have SOPs.
Where are you finding these people at?
Well, here's the thing: is AI is writing their SOPs.
Oh well, yeah, that's true, I guess.
And so a lot of them did like Scribe or Trainual, and they were like, "Oh, that's a really good idea." And they actually, I have seen recently a lot of, not so much in the media buying realm, but more in like the copy realm and the like social media realm. And I believe that they're doing it because they're outsourcing a lot of like the work to the Philippines or India, Pakistan, whatever have you, Bangladesh. And so, or they're writing it for tech purposes or split tests. But when you look at these SOPs, they don't have the simplified information.
Right.
So they don't have the micro and they don't have the macro. They have the steps. So they don't have the nuance. They don't have the why.
Right.
They don't have the, if it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one usually starts at step 6 in this, for instance, because they don't have go to this link, to log in under this.
Right.
Click here. It's like it starts at now that you've clicked here, it starts here. And then it gives you the task to run, but doesn't give you like the checks and balances to make sure that, our affiliate portal, to go into our affiliate portal and make sure the links are working.
Right.
To go into the email and make sure that the CTAs are working on the email and what the email leads to. The amount of times those are broken, by the way, is nuts. I actually broke the stove in my last house because for the third time, we're supposed to be operational excellence, right? Richard was probably with me about a year at the time. And we were doing really well. We had like 5 clients and we were crushing it. And we had just hired 2 guys. And one was at my house in Leander and I was onboarding him and the other one was coming like a week later. Long story short. I just want you to set the scene. And so Richard was like floating a lot because I'm trying to train them and onboard them. So he's trying to like keep the clients happy while I'm trying to do that. Because like everybody, I brought on more clients and then hired people after. And so I'm training this guy, and day 1, my welcome email sequence goes out to an event I had just gone to. And the effing links are broken. I'm operational excellence. I'm QA. I'm checks and balances. I'm the person that makes sure. Day 2, links are broken. I lose my mind. Day 3, 7 o'clock. I get the email 2 hours late. It's supposed to go out at 5 because our open rate was the best at 5 CST on Thursdays. I remember it was a Thursday. I'll never forget as long as I live. I get it. The links are broken. I took a Ninja pan and smashed the top of my brand new gas stove about 6 or 7 times as massive done it. Anyway, so yes, I have anger issues.
Interrupt this podcast to ask you to do a huge favor for us.
Huge.
We drop so much knowledge to help you guys, but you're not going to be notified unless you hit that subscribe and the notification bell to be notified the minute we drop a new episode to help you grow and scale your business.
Because you never know when we're going to be taken off YouTube.
You have no idea. Like, I could all of a sudden be like Liam Neeson with a particular set of skills.
Also, we read every single comment. So
leave a question or comment. We will reply to it. And maybe we'll even talk about it in an upcoming episode.
Probably if you troll us, we will definitely talk about you in an upcoming episode. Thanks. But the point is, what I built was an SOP that said, when you log in to the ESP, you send a test email to a second person. The second person then goes in and tests the links that it goes to the page and then tests. Because the day 1, the links didn't work in the email. Day 2, the links didn't work in the email. Day 3, the links didn't work on the page that the email brought it to.
Oh.
So then you go into the page and then you make sure that you can go all the way to whatever the final CTA is.
Right.
But then in addition, you also have to put in nuances like, when you click on the page, does the page look right? Does the email look right? So you don't have to, you shouldn't have to tell a human that, but you do. Can you imagine if you don't tell an agent that?
Oh, it just goes rogue.
Right. Does an agent have eyes?
No. No eyeballs.
No eyeballs. So what do you need to do for an agent to QA?
To give very specific instructions.
Of screenshots, of how to review screenshots.
Yep.
Do you think that these marketers are thinking through that? I tell these long stories
Not even for
because
content.
these are just small little things. But if you're like, they're 100% true that you can have a $1 billion business with no employees. 1% true. A founder with a bunch of agents. That's absolutely true. I think we just hit that. A marketer didn't build that.
Right.
Not a chance. A highly skilled operator, founder, built that.
Well, I love the eyeballs, and you have to give it examples how you were saying that, because literally so much of what I have built agent-wise, I have shoved tons of examples into it, even video editing. This is what like a done looks like. This is, tons and tons and tons of examples. So it actually knows. You can use certain kinds of like plugins and stuff, but all it's going to do is go out and scrape a page. It doesn't know what good Instagram carousels look like, what a good landing page looks like, even copy. It doesn't know. People will take the first iteration of copy.
How many marketers do you think are building FTC, FDA, FSC, whatever it is, compliance manuals for their agents?
Oh, I mean, facetiously, 100% of them. None.
Right.
What do those 3 letters mean?
Right.
In the marketing world, we just,
Right.
No. 100%. Nobody. It's build me. I want you to be able to do X. And it's going to go, okay, cool. Here you go. I can do that now. But then you get garbage out, and then AI doesn't work. No, it actually works. It's just garbage in equals garbage out. Training, just like if you were to train a human being. You train somebody shittily, they're going to do their job crappy.
Even if they're a really, really, really hard worker.
100%.
At Shockwave, I have this thing that we do. We often have to onboard ourselves to companies. I can't go into a company and say, give me your SOPs. We do, but they don't have them. Or they have terrible SOPs. Yeah. Give me your SOPs. Give me all of the guidelines for the business. Give me the vision. Give me the goals. Give me all the things, and then train me. I don't get to do that. I literally have to figure it out. So at Shockwave, our onboarding process is, here is a Google Drive. Figure out how to onboard yourself. If they can't figure it out with Shockwave's well-written SOPs, if they can't organize them, we actually have like an unorganized whole system that they have to organize before they ever get onboarded to a client.
Oh, makes sense. Okay.
And then they have to unorganize it all for the next person.
That's funny. I'd hide stuff in weird places.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. Because if you can't do that, you're not going to be able to work over here. But the unicorn, the unicorn that person is so difficult to find. It's been the ceiling in my whole business because, yes, I can train them. You can't teach that drive, motivation. No. You can teach the skill behind it, but you can't teach that kind of hunger, because 99.9% of people that you onboard are going to fail if you don't onboard them correctly, because they are not going to take the time, because it's your fault, because you didn't tell me. How many times have the next step is so freaking obvious and they finish the step and you say, hey, so-and-so, why didn't you do the next step? I wasn't told to.
Yep.
You knew the next step was that, right? Yeah, but nobody told me to.
Right.
How many times?
Oh, it's too many.
How many times?
Too many.
I could bash my own head up against the wall when people say that to me. But that's why it's so hard to hire for Shockwave, because my people are proactive problem solvers, and they would never in a million years say, you're fired pretty much within 30 days if you say that to me at Shockwave, and you're not like a really low support role.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
But back to our whole thing is you've got all of these marketers out there. Now, don't get me wrong. Marketers have found brilliant uses for AI. Some of the people I actually really do enjoy following, and I won't say whether they're good people or not, good marketers or not.
I will.
No, I'm just saying I won't say that either way because
Yeah.
I don't think it matters. But people that I really, really like following when it comes to AI is Austin Armstrong, Jonathan Mast,
Yep.
Chris Winfield. Obviously, like Perry Belcher's at the very, very top. He's taught me every single thing that I know. The things that I figured out on my own all came from the foundation that he gave me. So Perry Belcher, number one, by far. He was talking about AI automations and robotics in 2017 when I met him.
It was like 2017.
Jasper was a complete
I remember that.
shit show. It didn't work for crap. And Perry was like, no, you don't understand. Learn how to build this now. Learn how to mess with this now. Learn how to automate now. It's not here yet. You need to know now. You don't want to be figuring this out when they figure it out.
Right.
You want to know how it works now. But those people are the people that I really, really enjoy following when it comes to AI. And there are quite a few marketers actually, and I'm definitely not going to name names because I'm going to be very specific, that I think are horrible business owners, that are terrible in the business realm, that have found some phenomenal use cases for AI for one thing.
Right.
But they're not teaching how to use AI for that one thing. They're teaching how to build work armies and workforces and your AI systems and your whole HR framework. You would never hire a marketer to manage your HR.
No.
Ever, full stop, ever. Why would you hire them to build an agent? It just doesn't make sense.
Right.
Anyway, so I kind of want to go on that tangent.
I liked it.
Yeah.
It was good.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're spot on. There's and even those people you named, I don't, just like me, the names you said, I wouldn't look at them as just marketers.
I wouldn't look at them as just marketing.
Like they're in the traditional sense of like they're marketers.
I would absolutely think of them as marketers.
Well, I mean, you look
Austin
at them as like,
Armstrong.
just marketers.
Austin Armstrong is a social media marketer like no other.
Okay, but let me back up what I'm saying. Like, yes, they're marketers, just like I'm a marketer, but they've also built legitimate businesses on the back end. They've had to actually deal with teams.
I wouldn't
and all
say.
that.
I would not say that. I would not say that. I'm not saying that they have it or they have not. I would not say that is not something I would say.
I'm saying it.
I would not say that.
All right, agree to disagree.
I'm just saying I would not say that. I wouldn't say either way.
She's a politician now.
I'm not a politician. I just, again, I think they're really, really good at marketing. I think they're really, really good at vision. I think that they're all really, really forward thinkers, thought leaders. I would not say that any of those people I would consider team. They could build a team, manage a team, run a team. I think that they would be really great at inspiring a team, at setting a vision for a team, at creating products that a team could plug in. I think that there is a massive difference between a visionary and an integrator, an operator and a marketing founder. And I think that they fall in the marketing founder visionary category. And there's nothing wrong with that.
That's fair.
Here's what I also know. Some of the things that I've heard some of those people say, you would never, ever, ever in a million years have an operator that would be capable of coming up with that. And this is one of the reasons why you and I teamed up so well together is you have an operator mindset, but you also have a marketing mindset. You're able to do marketing operations. And so I believe that the way that I was running agents was absolutely brilliant. And I think you believe that the way you were running agents was absolutely brilliant.
The best. The only way.
And when we sat down and we talked about what we were doing, I think a light bulb went off for both of us because, oh my goodness, when you take the two, it's very much like a visionary and an integrator as well. Like the Disney brothers.
Yep.
Walt Disney would have been nothing without Roy.
Yep.
Roy would have been nothing without Walt Disney.
100%.
The McDonald's brothers. Have you ever seen the movie Founders on Netflix? Perry got me
They
to.
got screwed.
Perry got Perry. Not the point, but Perry got me to watch the movie. I don't watch TV for those of you that know me,
She really
but
doesn't.
I
It's
do not.
annoying.
I do not. I watch fireplaces on TVs. I have TVs in my house, and it's for YouTube fireplaces with some light jazz. Yeah, I do. I have a thing for it. But anyway, I digress. Those two brothers, one was operationally brilliant in how he created the entire infrastructure of how McDonald's would work and how you would get a 3-minute hamburger out the door that tasted phenomenal.
Yep.
The other one had vision like no other that brought the system together and the vision together. And again, without the other, without the both of them, it would have flopped. And so no shade to those people at all. I love following them. I love watching them, but I wouldn't call them the dream team. I wouldn't leave Perry with 8 people to manage over the course of a month and expect anything to happen other than a lot of hopes and dreams. Yeah. They would build a ton of things and nothing would get finished because Perry would have another idea in the morning. You know what I mean?
Very true.
And they would start on the next thing. And then he would come in and be like, Emma, why isn't all this done? I think you did that, man. So yeah, no shade to any of them, but I think that there's a massive difference. Anyway, any final thoughts?
No, I don't think so. Outside of just, I want to throw shade. Be careful who you buy agents from and take advice from when building those. Like, look for the right people.
My question would be, are we connecting them? Can I see it connected before I give them $1? Are we
100%.
connecting them and can I see it connected?
Right. A lot of that's not happening.
100%. It's very difficult to show too, because your agents, it isn't like, you can see an agent, but if you check out our long form content, just our regular content, you can see we've demoed some of our agents and we'll continue to do that. We'll continue to build on YouTube and continue to show how we're doing it. And we'll continue to sell you stuff, helping you build real workflows.
Yep.
And here's what a workflow is, by the way, because again, every time we get a marketer in one of so we can tell the difference immediately because we'll ask, what are your workflows? And all of the integrators, all of the ops people, all of the operators will send us workflows.
Yep.
All of the visionaries will say, I don't understand. We have hundreds of thousands of workflows in our business. What does that mean?
What's a workflow?
Right.
Bro.
Right. And if you don't understand workflows, you have to, that's like step 1 is understanding workflows. Otherwise, what you're building is 1,000 little doers that you're going to need to prompt.
You just build yourself another 40-hour-a-week job.
Or more.
Don't do it.
I've actually seen people that are literally not doing their job anymore and they're just sitting prompting agents and they're so close. I'm on the brink of it. 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 The amount of times I've heard that is just insane. That's it for today's episode of Follow the Yellow Brick Road, where the Wizard of Ads and the Wizard of Ops break down what it really takes to build and scale a profitable online business.
If you found this episode useful, make sure to go to followtheyellowbrickroadpodcast.com to check out the hidden control chamber for all kinds of awesome freebies, guides, checklists, everything that we do to grow businesses.
So hop over there and grab all those free resources in the hidden control chamber. And remember, getting traffic is one thing, turning it into customers that build the systems to support real growth, that's where the real magic happens. Until next time, keep following the Yellow Brick Road.